block that out.
I'm going live. Let's do this.
Can't really block that out, can I?
We're
Jesus.
live. Yes, we are live. Thank God. All right. A little bit of a delay, but we're live. It only took a little bit, but we made it. How you guys doing? How are you guys doing? We got tier 3 action. I would say tonight, but it's 12:45 where I'm at. So today we have tier 3 action. It's too early in the day for me. I'm glad I did not get assigned to comms earlier in the day, because I woke up an hour and a half ago. So
I feel you on that one.
Saturday nights are not fun when it comes to waking up early. How you doing, Dylan? How you doing, Bugs? The lobby's gonna be started soon. See, guys, I'm in a bit of a rush today because I realized that I was hosting this lobby no more than 10 minutes ago. So I had to get everything all together, hodgepodge. But Mr1niko's here. How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty well, especially after last week. I know you don't feel the same. Nah, this week's been good. I've been chilling.
Yeah. And let us know, guys, how the audio volume mixing is good. Last week we did have Mr1niko a little bit too low. Do let me know if you guys can hear him properly. I think he's good this time around. If anything, it might be too loud.
I just need to yell in the mic. Is that what I need to do?
Nah, I think it's good. They'll let us know if it sucks. They'll let us know.
Yeah, fair enough.
They love calling out bad stream quality.
We're not hesitant on it.
I think we're okay. We got 18 people on here. I really want to start this lobby up. I'm just gonna tell them to start. I don't care. We're starting on time. Where are they? Alright, there we go. We're getting started. We're getting fired up. Alright, so before we begin, let's talk about where we're at today. We are at Qatar. Not a very friendly track for me. A lot of people do like it. I know you included enjoy it, right, Mr1niko?
I don't mind it. It's definitely a good qualifying track, that's for sure. The race, well, we've already seen a few races. It's been quite interesting, to say the least. I don't know how it's going to pan out later on, but it's a quality track. That's all I need to say.
Yep, that is true. Nice to do time trials on. Racing-wise, not a big fan because it promotes really close racing, but the track is too tight for that kind of close racing, especially at quicker speeds. It gets a little chaotic. I can't lie.
Yeah, I can agree with you on that. It does get a little crazy.
Yeah. But anyways, let's look at our nice little scenic overhead camera. Look at this. Helicopters taking in a great view of the Qatar track as we're just about underway here, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of sweeping corners, lots and lots of overtaking opportunities in the beginning of the track as well, and surprisingly in the middle of the track. I know there's a lot of good spots in Sector 2 you could try and make moves. You just got to be very careful when you do make those moves or else you have big problems. And here is the track map itself. We have, I believe, how many corners we got on this track? I actually don't know. You think I would 16 turns on this track? It feels like a lot more with the speed you take through a lot of them, doesn't it, Mr1niko?
Yeah, it definitely does. Like just the amount of high-speed corners they have around here, it's like a roller coaster without the undulation.
Yeah, it's like driving a car with no brakes at times. The amount of times you're on the throttle, it just doesn't feel right. You know, you're waiting for something to happen. You're waiting for like a cooldown, ERS to recover, but this track just does not have good ERS regen, and we'll get into that with our race notes here. I got some very important notes here. So first ever race at the Losail circuit, as we all know. Qatar is a new game on the track here. A very battery independent track, and I say that because once you use your ERS, unless you're getting a safety car, it's pretty much gone. You can kiss it goodbye. It's not going to come back. And you got to be very, very selective when you use the ERS. And with this track being very, very flat, there's only about 60 feet of elevation change throughout the entire track. The ride heights aren't going to be extremely high here, and also whenever you do go over the curbs, you do need to be just a little bit careful to make sure you don't spin out. There are some heavy curbs, but not a ton of elevation change. Drivers to watch. See, you think I would have done my research. I told Mod as a driver to watch, but he's not here today. You're not going to take a look at Mod. CityofR, he did win the beginning race last race. I'm not sure if he's here today, though. I think he's not. He's not here.
Oh.
Deathman's here today. So 2 drivers on my list I have not have the drivers to watch, and they're not here. But we can watch Twan.
Twan's here.
Twan is here.
Yeah.
We'll keep an eye on Twan. And let's get into
only one
qualifying.
driver to watch out for.
Let's
Make
get
our
into
lives easier.
qualifying, shall we? Let's do this. We are in our in-game. Here we go. And we have a new dual face cam, so you can see both mine and m1niko's head in the bottom left corner here. So, don't have to guess who's who. You know, I'm on the left, m1niko's on the right.
I'll just swap it every week, make him guess.
Yeah, let's get into qualifying here. We got quite a few cars on track so far. Echo on hards, which is interesting. I don't know what that's about.
Probably just getting a banker. I think he's more... He's obviously selected the harder tire allocation, so he's selecting a few safety cars to come out in this race, which definitely is now the question. I've seen quite a few happen in this track, so that could be a strategy worth looking at, but who knows?
I know Tier 6 had a bunch of safety cars, but Tier 5 and 4 I'd say was relatively clean. Not a ton.
I wasn't awake for Tier 6, so I can't tell you.
Yeah, Tier 6, I think that was a big mess at the beginning of Tier 6. But I think it did eventually clean up later. But yeah, there was like a whole issue with like the VSC and people slowing everybody down. I don't know if it was like a game glitch. People were like really slow off VSCs at the beginning of the race.
I wouldn't know. I got no idea.
But I think we have our first runner. I'm gonna look at AK here, just to see how he goes here. In the Williams, of course. Giants fan has high hopes for this driver. He's got decent top end Tier 3 speed on his day. Looks to take.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to see how he gets on. I think last week, I don't think AK got a point, no? No. Actually finished 18th, but it wasn't ideal. But yeah, he definitely had the pace to be up there, that's for sure. And, well, they're going to be the first one to start and finish flying lap time. He's got a bit of traffic in front of him, though. You can see that Haas getting in the way, very much in the way. That's not going to be good at all.
That has to get out the way.
Oh,
that was Anthony Jenkins. I'd say it was borderline. He's got to be just a little bit more space on the inside. Because you got
one to watch. I didn't think watch to be a hazard of.
Yeah, maybe he might have just fell asleep at the wheel there.
Quite possibly. Still even more traffic for AK going through the lap.
Leroy Jenkins.
That's accurate.
That's a good one. AK gunning down the main straight after being just a little bit impeded by Twan. Not a horrible banker considering all things. 121.8. They'll look to improve off of that one as the race goes, qualifying goes on. Echo's invalidated. Gipsy on the lap. The first of the Alpine pairing. Taco like Taco aborts his lap and goes into the pits to get fresh tires. Shrimpy goes marginally slower.
7 milliseconds already.
But I'll tell you what, Gypsy looks pretty good here. This might be up to contend with them. It's gonna be a little close here. No, a little slow. 122.381. I didn't realize the start-finish line was so far back. I thought it was a little further up the track.
Up out goes top of the session, 800s between himself and AK, so he's now setting the benchmark for everybody.
Yes, he is. And we go around.
Oh, wait, I just witnessed Echo die.
And that's what the risk you take.
Start of sector 2.
That's the risk you take doing a push lap on hard tires. It didn't work out for him. 122.723 goes Norm Bash. He is reserving up from Tier 4, so don't expect a ton out of him today. But if the things fall into his favor, you never know.
A few drivers, actually, I think, reserving Tier 4. Norm Bash, Process as well. So a few drivers going up to that next tier, which is interesting.
Yep.
We'll see if they actually bode well around here. Of course, Process actually just won Tier 4.
122.227, a little slower, but good enough for midfield right now, apparently.
Echo Alex goes up to P6, 22.2.
As Anthony
right
Jenkins puts up a 121.762. That's a little surprising to me. I did not think he had this in his locker. He's more of a rhythm driver, Twan, but showing the one-lap pace here.
Pogs is asking in the chat, why is Echo a psychopath right now? Well, the psychopath is done in a barrier, so...
There's a lot of reasons as to why someone would be a psychopath. It's complicated, we'll say that.
Yeah. But don't have to worry about him, at least for now.
Is there anybody on an active lap here? I think Echo might be on an active lap, or is he done? No, he looks like he's going slow. He's not pushing. Okay.
Yeah. He just finished that lap, I believe.
Yeah,
so
I believe they're all.
yeah,
no one's on an active lap. I think they're all going back to pits.
I think the next driver that's going to be starting one is going to be no, not Scruffy. Who would that be? It looks like an AlphaTauri Deathman.
Could be the Mercedes of Process or the AlphaTauri Deathman. Yep, there you go. We'll look aboard at Deathman and watch him how he takes these turns. Now, turn 1 is so tricky. I think if we were to give a turn that would most resemble, I'd probably say it's closest to either the first Abu Dhabi hairpin or Japan turn 1. They're both similar, but obviously the Abu Dhabi one goes left.
Yeah, I would say Japan as well. The only difference between them is that it's a little bit wider. It's a little bit wider on exit for Qatar in comparison to Japan, and also there's like less of an angle. So obviously you can take it a little bit quicker. He did invalidate, I noticed that, but yeah.
Seems like a really like sweepy version of that Japan turn.
Pretty much. You want to take in like 5th gear in qualifying, maybe 4th gear in the race, something like that. So yeah, hit the high gear, well yeah, mid gears for sure, and yeah, you just kind of want to just carry speed throughout the entire corner.
Yeah, and something we're going to be looking to keep an eye on with a lot of these drivers today as the race develops is how much they're going to push during the race, right? Because the more you push, the more chance you have of getting a silly penalty by going off track. This is probably the track limit city of the season in terms of any track.
Oh, yeah.
It is so tough, especially when trying to keep pace with the guys in front of you to keep it on track. Like, it's a lot easier said than done.
Yeah, time penalties have been such an issue today, I've noticed, just, especially in the lower tiers. Process, by the way, he's going to come across the line. He's going to go to P6. The Tier 4 driver.
Solid lap from
taking
him
his
in the
mark.
Mercedes car. Oh,
not at all.
Sako Waitako just invalidates. He's going to be kicking himself over that one. He spun it as well. For added measure, he's got to get off the track here. There's a Red Bull coming down the line, and I think he has gotten off the track. Yep.
Yep, just about. That was Scruffy, who's still on a lap, actually.
Yep, and we'll keep an eye on him as he comes around the final corner here.
That's another thing, by the way, if you're looking at the MFD, you use the entirety of your deployment so early. Like, the second you enter the straight, deployment's done. And it's such a pain because you lose so much straight line speed, but everyone's dealing with it.
Yeah, it's something to think about too, like, because you can actually go none and then hot lap in the middle of your qualifying, but you gotta focus so hard, you can't really save it for the back straight, you know what I mean?
At the same time, you have to time it. Oh, Scruffy's left the session after doing his lap. He's like, nah, I'm done. Screw this. You really have to find a good point if you want to turn off that ERS, so you can still have a bit of an advantage or just lose a minimum amount of time. You really have to do it when it comes to exit. You can exit a corner, like maybe the hairpin at the start of Sector 2. Could be a good one, but it's so difficult to do, especially if you...
It's too much to process while you're trying to do really good cornering, you know? It's just, it's a lot to think about.
I don't think about it, I just go. I don't bother. If nobody's quite on a lap right now...
I think
he's actually on a lap.
Yeah, a little bit quicker. 1.5 tenths up on his time. He's going to need to make considerable improvements in Sector 2 and 3 to get anywhere off this order.
Has to find around about 6/10 if he wants to challenge up to that front rower for pole. Looking like a pretty clean lap. Didn't exactly use the full amount of exit of that corner, but let's see.
He's doing all right. He's pacing well. This last sector is so crucial. You can lose lots of time by just picking one wrong line. You got to be perfect, and he's invalidated.
Ah.
That corner will get you. It's sneaky. It looks like it's a careful. There's a McLaren coming around too. Who is that? Has he gotten through? I think it was Shrimpies came through.
Shrimpies.
He's up on his time. He's gonna push to the line. It could be an improvement, but he might have shit his pants a little bit. I can't lie. I would have.
Yeah, I would too.
To the line, 121.3, well over pole by 4 tenths. That's very good. That's very competitive. That is near Tier 1 time in the midfield. So, because I can tell you, I won't be pushing past 121.3 very much this tonight. But Very good lap from Shrimpy. So let's see if it stays consistent as the race develops further. That might be our pole time we're looking at right now. I'm gonna go. I doubt a lot of people are gonna get close to that. So
Possibly, but Papa was the one to set the pace early. Maybe Track Evolution is playing a bit of a part in that, and if that is the case, then this could be not even close to pole. We don't know.
good point. It depends what kind of A game our drivers want to bring here. Sometimes you're on it, sometimes you're not.
Only one way to find out. That's in the dying stages.
Yeah, we're gonna look at our new driver here, G Smooth TV. He's got a big following over on Twitch, and he's bringing his talents to MRL for Season 8. New driver. Curious to see what he can bring, and he brings in the validation straight away.
Not ideal.
Yeah, that's like the fourth person we've seen go off there. It's very tough to get that corner right. So difficult.
It's flat. It's flat in qualifying if you have the right amount of downforce, but in the race it's so sketchy. It's so easy to validate through those triple rights. Like, you really have to nail it if you want any hope of doing anything good.
Yeah, the turn-in point is very critical on that corner of the track.
Yeah, definitely. Scruffy is left again. Scruffy's not having a good time. His internet's not helping him.
Yeah, he is not. But I think he might be done for quali, actually. Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Forcing him to retire.
Here comes Sako doing his actual push lap down the main straight. We'll see where it puts him here around the grid. Looks to be decent. 122.1. That's good enough for midfield. I think he'll be okay with that one. Would have liked to be a few tenths quicker, but I think that's not a bad start for him.
Definitely not. I'm looking over at the deltas, and right now the top 12 are all separated by by just over a second. It's already getting pretty close, especially within that mid-pack. Like, looking at 4th down to 8th, it is just over a 10th.
Yeah, and that is a theme.
Tight.
That is a theme we've seen today. A lot of the other tiers that did have tight spreads too. It's a testament, honestly, it's a testament to how well the tiers have been created by Pogs. He did a pretty good job considering the circumstances of all these new drivers. I don't see anything extremely lopsided just yet in any of these tiers.
Definitely not. Pogs, the GOAT. He's done incredible work. I'll know it.
Alright, we'll look at KDM. He is who I consider the favorite to win Tier 3, just off of what I've seen earlier in the season. In preseason, excuse me. He's gonna have to get on his horse here these last few corners because he is well off the pace for pole. He needs about a full second to gain. 9 tenths to be close.
Yeah, right now he is 3 tenths up on his lap time, but it's gonna be difficult to find a lot of time through here. Or it can't be, who knows, depends how much he nailed it previously. Looked pretty steady through there though, so it could still be a decent lap, and he was careful to not invalidate there.
We will see as he comes across the line here. It's going to be good, it's going to be competitive, but not quite for pole. They'll be set to settle for the 3rd row. As we got 5 gifted memberships from Midnight Killer. Holy smokeronies. Thank you, Midnight Killer, we appreciate that. John Does Work, Giants Fan, Ducati, Toast. Hello, Toast, how you doing? And Gary all got a gifted membership from Midnight Killer 86. We appreciate you, homeboy.
Some good names in there too. Midnight being the GOAT, as he usually is. Really seeing anybody on a lap right now, but it looks like the 2 Aston Martins
Echo
are
Alex
going
is
to
about to
be
begin a
lap.
lap. Yeah. Echo Alex now permanent Tier 3, so 2 seasons now we've seen improvements from him. He started in Tier 5 back in Season 6, Tier 4 last season, and he gets this promotion here in Season 8. So he is a driver who has been steadily improving over the course of the last year, I'd say. And he has made really big improvements on his driving and his racing etiquette. A little bit off track, but it's still valid. I think he did let off the throttle a little bit, so I think that is plenty fair. He also didn't really improve. He's still 9 milliseconds down, so keeps it valid, gives him a chance the rest of the track. Not an egregious extension there, to be honest. Okay, now he's invalid. There we go. Now he's invalid. Pushed it a little too much. Pressed his luck. It's a little too much. Who's the other guy on track? There's an AlphaTauri that's Deathman on an outlap. We're getting to the final runs here, ladies and gentlemen.
G Smooth just further back. He just set a purple sector 1. He was very close to invalidating at one point, but luckily for him, he's kept it valid, and we'll see how it keeps going on. He has yet to set a lap time, as is Shamrock, Deathman, and Lisp. So all those drivers yet to get anything on the board, but G Smooth on his lap, looking decent. Well, sector 2, but
we'll keep it locked on him in sector 3 here. Gotta get this turn in right. I think he finally did ace it.
There we go. So now it's just this corner. And
I think he did alright there. Yeah.
That's just the final corner. Does he try and maximize track limits?
Took a little bit too much curve on the inside. That's going to limit him getting on the throttle. Might lose a little bit of time down the straight, but I think it's still going to be a pretty good lap time in this grand scheme of things. 1:21.6. He will take that up to the second row for now. Excellent lap from G Smooth.
Yeah, salvage his run. It was looking devastating for him, and now Aston Martin are looking quite decent, 4th and 7th. That's what I like to see. That's for sure.
Yep.
Over, I think Deathman, he's on his lap. He has yet to invalidate, so he's keeping it nice and smooth. Lap time though at the moment is not looking great. It's not looking great. Maybe within like the P10, P11 range.
Yeah, well, if you're Deathman, you're reserving up. You just want to get something on the board, right?
That's
all you're
very
really
true.
looking for.
If he's ahead of anybody, it's going to be a bonus for him.
Yep, and he is gunning it down the line here. And it will be something. It'll be enough for mid-pack. I think he'll take that. 12?
It's actually ahead of Whiffles. So yeah, he'll take it for sure. Yeah, he's not going to be disappointed about that for sure. Echo Alex! Echo Alex going top of the
Oh my goodness. 1:21.2, hello. What a good lap from him. I missed that one completely. I was too busy looking at other people.
Yeah, he only got it by just under 500. So Shrimpies, he's on a lap, so he's going to try and beat that. Tuan is also on a lap as well, and he's just marginally up on his Sector 1 time. So there's still some drivers to look out for. Anybody could take it from Echo.
It's all about that Sector 2. Who can be the most aggressive out of these corners here?
AK's retired, so he'll not go any better. He's actually crashed, and Tuan has lost a bit of time through Sector 2.
Yep, we'll see if he can gain anything through Sector 3. Yeah, a little bit tentative on that corner, I can't lie. Second to last corner.
I'm not sure if this is going to be an improvement, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I think it'll be just slower. He's going to cross the line any second now. Let's see what it ends up being. It's going to be an improvement by a 10th. Good enough to get to third. Jumps Pap out. I think he jumped Pap out. He was the line behind him, right? Yeah, just barely.
Yeah, I think Shrimpy's a spawn on his lap somewhere. He's not going to go any better.
Yeah, he has.
Done.
Well, we are looking on board of Gwenfro here. The Red Bull, he looks pretty pacey, I can't lie. Coming around the final corner, this could be a spicy lap by the end of it. This looks pretty good. Could it be good enough for pole, maybe? It's going to be close. Oh, not quite. 1:21.6. But good enough to be in 5th. And that is our order, ladies and gentlemen. He was the final run of the day. So Echo Alex, surprising pole lap out of nowhere. Puts up a big lap for Aston Martin. Almost called an Alpha Tauri.
It's green, not navy blue.
It's green and definitely not navy blue.
That's a bit of a surprising one because he was low on ERS even when he started his lap. He was only around like the 80% range, which usually wouldn't be enough, but
must have absolutely sent it through the corners.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't invalidate unlike the other times.
Something I will be interested to see as this race starts is who is going to be bold enough to run a lower downforce setup, right? Because if you're able to get decent turn-in on lower downforce setups, you could get big boost on that main straight where ERS is going to be a premium. So, something to keep an eye on going forward. But I'll do a grid rundown real quick. Echo Alex will lead us away from pole. Shrimpy's in 2nd. Anthony Jenkins, Tuan in 3rd. Pap out in 4th, the Canadian representing in the top 10. Gwenfro 5th.
Let's go!
G Smooth in 6th. Process 7th. CJT in 8th. Williams will line up side by side. KDM and AK 9th and 10th. And then followed by the Alpines of Nathan Gibbsy and Sako Like Taco in 12th. Alpha Tauri is also side by side. 13th, 14th, Deathman and Whipples. Edge 15th in the McLaren. Normbash 16th, reserving up. Got a Lisp 17th in the Ferrari. Scruffy 18th in the Red Bull. And two guys that could not put up a qualifying time, Echo CFC and Drunken Shamrock, will share the final roto grid as we are just seconds away from race time.
Quick word to mention, top 14 were all separated by less than a second. So it's very close within that mid-pack, as we've seen time and time again.
Yep.
Just like last week, we're going to be in for something.
And you can really try some exotic strategies here. I've seen people pull off soft to medium strategies. I'm not a big fan of it personally, just because there's not a lot of flexibility there, but it could work. If you get good runs on people, it could work.
Safety cars will also play a factor in that as well if you want to do that medium soft. Like if you have an early pit stop or a late pit stop or safety cars or whatever, it could change drastically how your race could pan out. I actually tried a medium soft in a league race I did earlier. It wasn't in Qatar, but it actually worked out because I went from like 10th to 6th. So you have the pace and the consistency, you can do it.
Yep. Safety cars when they arrive, especially the specific time they arrive, will put big wrenches into the race and what you'd expect. So just buckle up, guys. Usually the fuel delta is about 2 laps if there is no safety car coming up. So plus 2 laps of fuel usually is the play here, depending on how much you're pushing. If you are a little more of an aggressive driver, it could be about 2.2, 2.3. More conservative, 1.7, I would probably say.
Just depends on the setup, to be honest.
Yeah, a lot of it does depend on your setup and how much you can throttle out of corners.
Yeah.
But we are just about getting ready to go underway here on the green flag conditions, ladies and gentlemen. The race is going to begin very momentarily. We are here at the Losail circuit in Qatar. 29 laps separate our drivers from glory here in Tier 3. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights are out, and it's away, 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 kind of. Are they getting away? They're not getting away on my screen. What's going on here? It's away, away, away. Safety cars come out. I don't know what's going on here.
No.
And they're away on our screen.
No.
Oh, what is going on here, ladies and gentlemen? We have a safety car start of the race.
And there's already debris
There's already
as well.
people
Somebody's running to the back
crashing
of someone.
out.
Oh my!
No, what's going on here? This race never started.
What in the world?
I said I had my whole thing ready. I said away, 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 and they never got away. What's going on here?
And then a safety car just comes to ruin the day.
It's like the whole race just started on their safety car. What happened? I need to see some off-board POVs later in this day. What?
I don't see any rain on the track, FIA. Like, what's going on? Usually you only call that when there's a lot of rain. I've seen none of it.
People are clamoring for a restart. I didn't see anything anyways. I just saw a safety car come out. I don't know what's going on here.
Nothing.
People are pinging Pogs for a restart. I don't know. I didn't catch the full qualifying order, which does suck. So if we do have a restart, I will be screwed.
Somebody has a screndshot, no doubt.
I'm sure someone's got a screenshot, surely, right? I don't know. We're gonna wait on Pogs. Pogs, I don't know what happened. I didn't see anything that happened. Safety car just showed up before the race even started, so I don't know.
Just looking at some of the cars right now, Deathman and Edge got damage off of that. I'm trying to see who else.
I'm trying to look at
potentially
position
got
changes
damage.
here, honestly. So the Alpines did get screwed over. They've dropped down 4 points combined.
Normbash with the 5-second, ignoring yellow flag.
Yeah, something's going on here. This is a mess. Pogs is saying something in the chat. If we do have to restart, we will. Let's find out.
There you go. There's your saving grace, Tolby. He's got your grid order.
Thank God. Thank God. Did the race end? The race has ended.
Oh no. Oh no. This has to be a restart.
This is a restart. If I've ever seen it, this is a restart.
This has to be, yeah.
What's happening?
The
race is over. Great race.
It's over, lads. We're done. Goodbye. See you off Tier 2.
See you guys.
It was a good one. Yeah, Aston Martin won the race.
Congratulations to the Aston Martin.
McLaren and Haas on the podium.
What a win.
Very deserved win.
Oh, what a great game. EA, please make another. Please make another one just like this.
This might be a Qatar thing, I'm not gonna lie. This is the
Well
second
done,
time
boys.
Oh boy. Already off to a brilliant start. Yeah, Echo, well-deserved win. I mean, you held the lead ever since you got pole. It was brilliant driving, man. Oh my.
The race just never started.
Now Bob's is pinging me for some reason. What
Okay,
is this ping?
Jesus.
We all go home.
I've never seen that ever. It's gonna have to be a manual grid, I think.
Yeah.
I think. Do I want to start? I think I'll start a fresh lobby just to make sure there's no bugs in this lobby, and I'll come back. We'll be right back momentarily, guys. We're gonna figure this out. We're gonna go back to dual face cam.
Rich said me saying, I saw that lap 25 incident, and then Chili's saying lap 9 incident was worse. Yeah, there was quite a few incidents up and down the field. That was a decent finish by the Red Bulls, Iron. You were right. Had a decent finish. It is not looking great at the start for them.
Hell of a race, boys. Alright, let's get, the fresh lobby is back open. I need to get the settings added in. I need to make sure it just goes right into the race, no qualifying. We are not doing qualifying. This is going to be change track. Qatar. It is not my fault. The lobby settings were correct, guys, so don't blame me. Okay. That's not. Don't you dare submit a penalty against me, Giants fan. Don't you dare. Let's turn off quali. Where is this? There we go. Off. There we go. Just the race grid editor. Good. So once everybody gets in, I'm gonna have to do the custom grid. I have this.
Sevi, time for tier 2. Minimum 10 penalty points for that one. Oh, you're done.
Minimum.
You're done.
Oh, jeez. Should I just retire now? Just retire from ring racing now?
More than what Jack got last season and what Santiago got in Britain. Jesus. Oh, you're done. Aston look unstoppable. You gotta remember who's in that tier 1 seat. I'm not so sure about that.
Aston look unstoppable? No, it's too early, Sebby. It's too early. We got 9 more weeks ahead of us. It's too early.
I win one race and all of a sudden it's like Aston Martin happy days. No. Set your expectations back to 0.
It's not how this works, boys. It just isn't. Note to self: take a screenshot of the final lobby every time. Jeez.
The win today in tier 3. I don't know what can stop them. Yeah, Giants fan, exactly. Wait for them to bad luck. It's bound to happen.
Guys,
it's so bound.
The only thing stopping Aston Martin is EA right now. So I'm gonna see what's going on here. I am gonna turn off the Elgato noise for now. Don't need you guys hearing that music. It's just us. We're chatting.
We're all just chilling before the chaos.
Yeah, we gotta get everybody in here. Gotta start getting. Oh, Normbash is already here. I invited him for no reason. Let's get Twan in here. Let's get our guys in here. The guys that I have added, I need to have added. A lot of people are appearing offline. I don't know if this is just a glitch, but a lot of my friends are offline, which is upsetting. So.
It's definitely not a glitch. You just don't have many friends.
No, that's not nice. I have plenty of friends. The gang's all here. Jeez, who else do I gotta throw in there? We got
That's
9
Path of
people
Rock.
in here right now. We gotta get more in here, guys. I wish I had all of tier 3 added. I don't. I probably should.
Which Sebi putting 100 moose bucks on Giants fan for winning.
Can I invite Wiffles? I would love to. I would love to invite Wiffles. I need to find him here though.
Little SpongeBob reference, yes.
Wiffles has been invited if he's online. Sebi, I will not be inviting you. I also won't be inviting you tonight, Sebi. You're not allowed. Sorry.
Yep.
You've been blocked.
Better luck next time.
Jeez. Who else needs to be thrown in here? I don't have AK somewhere here. Where is AK?
I got an AK. It's all good.
You got AK? Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
We have 10 in here right now. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. Let's get Shrimpies an invite. Shrimpies. This is definitely gonna bleed over into tier 2. So.
Oh yeah.
There's no
doubt.
chance. There's no chance. Invite Edge. Do I have Edge added? I think I have Edge added. He's like Sniper something, right? That's his name. Sniper D9, whatever he is. Sniper D9. Where you at, Sniper D9 or Edge? Edge or Sniper D9? There he is. I gotta get Gibbsy in. I don't think he's here yet. Yeah. Cool. Alright, we're almost here. We're almost ready, guys. After this, I can set the actual grid order once you get all 20 in here. Do we have 20? We had 18, right? We didn't actually have 20 tonight. I think we had 18. Let me see.
I think we did have 20.
Did we have 20? We did have 20, okay. Who am I missing on this list? Is Echo here? Yes, he is. Shamrock's here? Yes, he is. Missing one more. Alright, while we wait for this last guy, I'm going to start getting the grid order ready. Let's just do that. Let's get that ready. Let's see. It's somewhere in the options. Bear with me, guys. I'm not the best at setting up lobbies. Bear with me.
Be sure to invite
There's
Tricks.
a custom grid.
No.
There it is. Alright, so who was Bull? Definitely not Drunken Shamrock.
Damn.
Echo Alex. Where is Echo Alex? Move player up. There he is. Up, 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 up. There you go.
I've seen the Yello Snowmen trying to figure out what he's doing.
Yep. Shrimpies. Is he here? He is. Up, 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 up. What's next? Twan, Anthony Jenkins. Nope, not you. Twan. Up, 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 up. Up to the third. Fourth. Pap out. Is he here? Please tell me he's here.
Yes.
He is. Okay.
Just all the way
Spam
down.
him all the way up. There we go. The fourth. We got first to fourth right, guys. First to fourth. The Gwenfro. Is he
Progress.
here? Gwenfro is here. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There we go. Up to fifth. Sixth. G Smooth. Where's G Smooth? There you are. The process up to seventh. Deathman sent me a friend request. I will get to that soon. Deathman, I will get to that soon. I promise. Ninth.
I just got that as well. So
KDM. If you mind getting him, oh, he's in the game already. Never mind. He's in the game.
Yeah.
Ninth. KDM. 10th will be AK. He's in. 11th is Gipsy. Where is Gipsy? 12th is Sako. 13th is Deathman.
invite Giants fan. The last person that'll be invited is Giants fan.
Wiffles. 14th. 15th is Edge. Okay, 16th. Jesus Christ. It's too much. Norm Bash. 17th. Got a lisp. I went too far. Downs. 18th. Scruffy. I feel like they were all in the worst positions too. Like, you couldn't have. Alright, there we go. Grid is
all
ready,
good.
boys.
We got it.
Grid is ready. We're gonna confirm the changes, not discard them. The grid is ready. All right, you guys can ready up. We're ready. Let's go. Let's get this going.
Took us long enough. Though. There we go. We're good. Now we had to wait 5 extra minutes for everyone to get their setups on. You know, the normal scenes.
Let's hope this doesn't happen again.
I hold little hope.
It would be nice to have this not happen again.
Toby saying in the chat, setups. Yep.
I put a warning in the tier 3 chat to not ready up for a minute so you can get setups in, guys. I promise. I put a warning in tier 3 chat, okay?
He'll be that one guy. What's happened yet?
I just hope that when I loaded the settings in, it didn't, like, goof everything up.
Nah, it should be fine. I mean, I'll just quickly check.
Yeah, if you can do a quick little check for me, that should be good.
That's good. That's good.
Okay, good. I didn't accidentally put the no assist restrictions on. I just wanted to double check. Sure. That would have been a complete mess if I left those settings on.
Yeah, no, everything's good.
I think we're ready. Alright, we'll see if the FI will let this race get on their way properly this time.
Burnt my line.
What I didn't do was I didn't make sure the weather was clear, but I assume that's because it's Qatar, it's going to be clear anyways. So.
Yeah, that won't be a problem, I don't think.
Alright, let's do this. 5 red lights are going to be out now. 29 laps separate us from glory once again. 4 lights and 5 lights. And it is... Away, I think. We are away. There we go. Good start from the Aston Martin. Neko Alex got a good start. He seems to be getting a good jump off of the Haas behind, and he is. And they're retaining shape into turn 1 here. The Alfa Romeo around the outside of Pap out.
Oh!
On Twan. And I will say Twan's picked an aggressive strategy. He is on soft tires here at the start here. No crazy chaos so far. They seem to be keeping it in shape the first few turns. As there is an Alpha Tower going off track just a little bit. Deathman's down at the 16th. And they are keeping it composed. Wow, good start considering the circumstances of what we had earlier. And they are keeping it clean. The Red Bull side by side with the Aston Martin. That is... Who is that? That's Gwenfro on G Smooth around the outside of turn 8. Sorry, turn 5. Excuse me, not 8. I'm getting these turns completely wrong.
I'm amazed there wasn't anybody spot in lap 1. There was actually a lot of contact further on.
Oh, back. Spin to lap 1. You just jinxed it. G Smooth has been punted by Gwenfro.
Oh, and Whiffles as well.
He tapped him right in the behind, right in the butt. There he goes. As we have Whiffles in the back. Oh. Their drivers going side by side. In the earlier parts, AK is, I think, all out of shape. He's having a stinker of a race right now. He's missing a wing. Oh, lordy lord. It was composed, and then later, a right on cue MR was talking about it. There goes
the top 10 got away decently. Like, definitely the top 8. Like, that was all clean and good. But then further on back, we had, like, Alpine and Williams and AlphaTauri all coming together. Bit of damage, and then there was even more damage later on. It got chaotic later on, but
as
like
we
in the
look
early
at
stages,
Gipsy and CJT going side by side into turn 2, and Nib Gipsy has gotten the move done. CJT goes off into the rumble strips. He might have to concede to the Williams behind. That is KDM, I believe he's fighting with. No, he stays in front of KDM, and he's still pushing Gipsy through these corners. He is on a harder tire compound, so we'll see how long that does last as these Williams start to heat up. That is the closest battle we have on track here tonight so far. Very close DRS trains will be active soon enough. Anyone that had to lose out big time, I would probably say Deathman and AK the most. They get fresh wings after the contact earlier. G Smooth, for all things considered, being 14th, not too bad because he already got punted up to 13th now. Looking punchy around the outside of Scruffy, and he's gotten it done into the fast hairpin. And Scruffy gets a switchback on him, actually.
Oh,
and
good
he's got a
switchback
switch
there.
back done. So good job for Scruffy on that situation. Got a list.
Bash
Is now
up
on.
the inside of G Smooth. He's
Yes.
got that done.
They're fighting.
G Smooth is still fighting it. There we go. Done deal. Norbash has now made his way up. So
Yep.
congrats to G Smooth up to 13th. He's now down to 15th.
Yep, and Gotta Lisp is fighting Socko like Taco Tooth and Nail with the soft tires onto the main straight here, and it looks like he is running a lower downforce setup compared to Socko like Taco. Just very low. It could be just tire difference, honestly. It could be just tire difference at this point. Gotta Lisp tries to hold the inside. Socko will try to switch back around the outside, not working out. He will have to concede that position, as the tire difference is just too much at this point in time. Further up, we do have a fight.
While we're at it, I'm just looking at the front guys. Echo Alex and Shrimpies. Echo went on to softs, Shrimpies went on to mediums, then Shrimpies just the lap before set the fastest lap of the race. So those mediums are looking really good at this stage. The softs, not so much, especially for Twan. He's completely dropped off these guys, but he's still kind of pulling away from Papouts at the same time. It's on the hard, so
Yeah, I think it's more so just
strategies at the top.
I think it's more so the skill and familiarity. Shrimpy's doing an absolute masterclass on these mediums so far. Granted, we're only 3 laps in, but to be able to hold up with Echo Alex, who is on a better tire as of now, pretty impressive, you would say.
He has used quite a bit of ERS though in relation to Echo. The difference between them is around like 20% as Gibbsy grabs a 3-second, and then CJ just right after grabs one as well.
There we go, 3 laps in, and we've already got 3-second penalties, boys. Get ready to see a lot of that coming along as this race develops further.
Here goes Shrimpies. We got DRS on Echo. G-Smooth gets a 3-second time.
He's going for the move. Will he go the outside or the inside? Chooses the inside. Echo Alex to defend the outside. Of course, he probably wants the inside in turn 2. That's why he did that. But will he be able to hold it? I don't think so. He does not hold it. Shrimpies has gotten the move into the lead, and we'll see if he's able to start peeling away now as these softs do get more and more worn out. We'll look at the tires completely. So, tire choices. We got 2 soft runners in the top 3, but however, the medium tire of Shrimpies is superior right now. He is having a hell of a beginning of this race.
Yeah, medium's definitely looking pretty good in the early stages. I think maybe Echo and Twan are potentially struggling with overheating. Who knows? Because it can be a huge difference in pace around this track if you do not have the right tire temps. And, well, Echo is kind of falling away from Shrimpy, so I think tire temps are playing a bit of a factor. Not so much for Twan. I mean, he's actually looking decent with those tires. He's actually slowly starting to gain back a little bit on the front, too.
And Gibbsy is effectively a moving chicane right now for CJT. He is holding him up big time.
The more he holds him up, the more that's going to allow KDM to come back up onto the scene.
Yeah, CJT does want to get this move done, but he's got to be patient about it. You gotta wait. We do have inside information from the Aston Martin team principal at JJO saying G-Smooth did in fact get damage from that hit earlier, so... he is down to the 20th for that reason. He got a fresh wing as a result.
That is super unfortunate.
CJT picks the outside line to turn 1. Look at this, KDM behind will also try and make a move onto Gibbsy. Hello. He says, don't mind if I poke a nose into this fight.
Definitely had a look, but Gibbsy just covered it off. But
he's got a good run and coming out of turn 2. This looks to be pretty good traction, but I think Gibbsy will hold it just for now if he's smart to wait a little bit for KDM. And he does.
Definitely must have gotten a bit of warning. And again, he's gone wide. He's not exactly getting the turn that he needs.
Yep.
So
and I'm sure KDM knows that in his back pocket that both CJT and Gibbs have 3-second penalties.
Oh!
A little bit of an oversteer moment in front of KDM. Could have caught him off guard. But he goes off the track to avoid that, and he did a pretty good job of it.
And luckily, neither one of them are in a wall, so that's a bit lucky. But Gibbsy, clearly that rear wing is just not... He just doesn't have enough downforce on the rear of that car, because he seems to just have a lot of oversteer at this early stage. And that, luckily, that hasn't caused a crash yet. I say yet, because, well, you know that at some point it will. Let's be honest.
Yep, and Edge is also licking his chops at the fact of maybe getting past KDM. He's here too. Could see a 4-car fight soon enough. As Papouts on the back of Anthony Jenkins. Anthony Jenkins having an issue here. The softs are dying off and the hards are looking pretty good on the outside into turn 1. Papouts will have the move done. Twan will have a half-hearted look up the inside, but it's going to be futile. As Papouts has made it. Socko's out of the race. What happened? What happened?
I think that's in the pits.
No, it's not. It's not in the pits, is it?
Oh, it's not. No.
It is. There was
I think it is.
It is. There was a spinner otherwise. Okay. Oh.
Gibbsy and CJT collided right as I was going on, so they have fallen down the order.
Yeah.
Gibbsy tried to hold it around the outside, and it just did not work out for him. He's now all the way down to 10th.
I was told by Sako that he forgot to load his setup after the restart. That is a killer. That is a pain.
Aww.
Especially on this track, you don't have a customized setup. You're done. You can't even do anything with it. That could explain why his pace was falling down massively.
Yeah, pretty much game over at that point. I want to give a quick mention, by the way, to the man in P5, Process, Tier 4 winner. He's sitting quite comfortably. He's on this back of this on this train for P3. He's looking pretty good, despite being a Tier 4 driver. Ladies are definitely looking at that quite happily.
Yeah, Process is a guy where it's always been about consistency. When he finds a track he likes, he can catch on like a house on fire. He can do really good there. His one lap pace has always been there. Just more a matter of fact of consistency. And it looks like he's found his groove here in Qatar. I will say, just sitting pretty in between the Haas and the Red Bull behind.
He's not really bothering to make a move. Well, he's not even close enough to make a move yet, but TRS train as well. But I'm sure he's fine with this. He knows at some point that those softs will start to drop off and Pavel will pull away. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, if he's not already pulling away.
Yeah. Oh, there's a bit of a battle once again for P10. Gibbsy still holding on to a points bank position. The Lisp is all over the back of him and may actually go for it into turn 4. I thought about it, but he had to back out a little bit.
Very tricky section of the track to try and overtake.
Super risk.
Gotta break early. Do not punt him off. Do not punt him off. He doesn't.
Nearly contact. Nearly. But luckily,
Lord.
they're good. Jeez, it's getting close between these guys. Not giving an inch, though. Lisp definitely cut the track there. Mention, Trippies is now, he's just not quite able to pull out a 1 second gap from Echo, but those softs are definitely going off at this early stage. Lap 7, that does seem around about the lap where they will start to die off, but he's just hanging on with DRS's Echo.
Yeah, and we'll see.
In reality, it's helping him.
Maybe to mitigate the strategy of the soft tires, they might have used some setups of better tire wear. We'll see.
Oh, Trippies! Oh, he nearly lost it, exit of turn 1.
He got a bit of a moment, and now Echo Alex is so much closer. Just 4 tenths as opposed to the 8 tenths it was just a corner ago. And he might size up a move later in this lap. We'll come back to that one as we look at Process sitting at the back of Anthony Jenkins still. He's getting closer and closer too. Anthony Jenkins is out of the 1 second ERS ranges. There is a Ferrari off the track. That is CJT. He has completely lost his wing. And there's a safety car. And these soft tired runners are loving it. This is exactly what they wanted. If you are on the soft tires, you are loving that this came out right now.
Onto the set of hards. Go
Hearts
to
to
the
the
end.
end. They will work here, yeah. They can. From here to the end, they do work if you don't get another safety car. That's for sure.
Go for it. Go for it. I mean, why not? Especially if there's no safety cars later on. I'll go to that.
It'd be a huge win if that's the case. And if you're Papad, you gotta be kicking yourself right now because you're on the hard tires. Can't really do anything. This one we just gotta stay out and wait, right? You can't really get fresh meat and take close to the end because they will not work. Unless you are bold enough to try a two-stopper, which...
Oh, Shamrock! It's gone from bad to worse for him. Oh no. Shamrock has had a terrible race. Drive-through penalties, down 18. Oh, good. Gibbsy as well. People getting drive-throughs left and right.
So interestingly enough, Shrimpies has stayed out. Interesting call.
Is that a medium to soft?
Could be a medium to soft gamble. It could be. Can I invite Scruffy back? I can try. Let me try. Now that we're in a safety car, I can try. We'll go picture in picture.
Yeah. We got quite a few people in the pits. Echo, Twan, Process, KDM, Gwenfro. There goes my mind. Edge, Lisp, Normbash, CJT. They're all in the pits at the moment. We've got a couple more coming in as well, I believe. Or no, actually, Whiffles stays out, interestingly. Yeah, a couple people into the pits. Echo's come out in P4. So he's still in a decent position. He can still challenge those front guys. CJT's retired in the pits. That's not good for him at all.
Yeah, might have gotten some rear wing damage. Had to call it a day. It's a death sentence at this track to have rear wing damage. Might as well just quit at that point.
And Gibbsy's retired as well.
Yep, we've got 3 casualties, and both Alpines are out early doors. You are...
Semtex is crying.
Yeah, big pain for the team principal of Semtex. One of them forgot to put their setup on, the other one, I believe, had irreversible damage.
Yeah,
Fun, says Semtex. I've been there, buddy. It sucks.
Taco confirmed that he forgot to load his setup, so I think both Alpines forgot to load their setups.
Who knows? I did put a warning in Tier 3 chat, so they just probably missed it.
Yeah. Semtex is just saying, fun. I'm not sure how much fun you're finding in this.
So the drivers are catching up to the safety car, and the biggest winners, you have to say, are 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th, right? Echo Alex all the way down to Gwenfro. They're loving the timing of that safety car. Could get big points today if they manage to keep it civilized off this restart.
Yeah, definitely. They just have to keep it easy. They know that they have that pit stop advantage. I'm interested in what Shrimpies is thinking, though. Is he actually thinking of this medium to soft, or is he just gambling on another safety car so he can have fresher hards, so he can more than comfortably go to the end? Like, this is a gamble. This is a huge gamble.
This opens up a lot of possibilities for Shrimpies, too, because obviously it's a gamble. The safest thing would be to go on hards right now. Because if you look at it, you would have lost 1 spot, and 1 spot only, because Papa was going to stay out, and he would have been right with the other guys. But I don't know. Maybe he's trying to prolong this medium stint again to the soft range. So who knows? He could be thinking about fastest lap as well. Honestly, it's important to think about that too. Every point does matter.
Scruffy's having a bit of lag at the moment. He's actually just laid back. Oh, maybe not. It looked like it lagged back behind Echo, but no, Echo gets a 5-second for ignoring yellow flag. I'm not so sure about that.
Did he? That's a killer if he did. That doesn't make sense, but how would that happen?
I was just on board with Scruffy beforehand, and he was lagging quite a bit, which explains his disconnection. So, I don't know. Is that a bit unfair on Echo Alex?
Well, if you're Echo Alex and you have a case to get that removed, you cannot pit the rest of this race now because you don't want to serve that penalty. Yeah, you got to stay out no matter what happens, unless it's obvious you have to pit at a certain point in the race. Unfortunate for Echo Alex. Well, we'll see if you can make the most of it now.
Let's see, as I'm seeing Papa weaving quite aggressively to get tire temp. Very aggressively, actually. He's actually hanging back a little bit on Shrimpies. I think safety car might be in, let's say, next lap.
Most likely, yeah.
Shamrock is too far back, unless they say, screw you, Shamrock, add more pain onto him and just go in this lap. And right now, not looking to be the case, so yeah, we are going to go another lap.
Keeps getting disconnected under SC for some reason, I don't know. That's what they keep saying. I will send them fresh invites to see what happens, but unfortunate. It just sucks.
And lag is not helping him, that's for sure. He was glitching around quite a bit. I saw it, so he's not having a good time. Over. Another person that stayed out that I'm interested about is
And in
Whipple.
comes Scruffy.
Yeah.
The AI pit for him, I think. He just joined the lobby. The AI pit. Oh, that killed his race.
I don't think he wanted that.
Oh no. That's
See
a
what his
killer.
AI
He's gonna be dropping down the order. What tires
do.
they throw him on? Mediums? Okay, at least it's a reasonable tire selection, but Jesus.
Yeah.
About 3 laps
Threw him on the
right there.
softs. If they threw him on a soft, that would have been a killer. Though, speaking of softs, Echo is on softs. CFC.
He is on softs, but they are fresh too. They did pit under the safety car for softs, so he's obviously converting to a 2-stopper. We'll see if that does pay dividends later in the race. I don't think it will, I'm gonna be honest, unless he gets another safety car. Trying the 2-stopper is one thing when you're at the front. When you're at the back, it doesn't really work. It just doesn't. You need a lot of clean air for it to work.
Yeah. I mean, unless you're a back marker, in which case, yeah, you'll very much get that clean air, but, you know, a back marker for reasons, because you're slow. No offense. It's an interesting strategy call, that's for sure. Another person that also stayed out alongside Shrimpies on those mediums is Whipples. He's sitting in P7 on those medium tires. I think they're both trying potentially a medium to soft, which, again, is a bit of a gamble. It could work, but I don't see it, to be honest.
Especially because you're not going to really get much of a getaway with these tires you're on right now, right? I think if you want to get the soft tires, you're going to have to get some sort of a space to the rest of the group behind you. But since they're all on fresher tires, it won't really work. You won't really make up a full pit stop's worth of time, I would say.
Yeah, they are going to have to put in the defense of a lifetime. One thing that's saving Shrimpies for sure is that Papouts is right there, and he's on those hard compounded tire. Yes, they're 8 laps older, but they still very much have a lot of life in them. Safety car.
Yep, safety car is coming in this lap. We'll keep a lookout on Echo Alex's perspective. I want to see how fast he's going to dispatch these 2 drivers in front of him with the much fresher tires. We'll keep an eye on him as the race begins.
At the same time, he's going to have to be careful because Tuan is there, and although Tuan hasn't had the pace, I mean, you never know. He could put in a surprise result. Didn't he? I'm pretty sure he got a podium last week.
He did get a podium last week after chaos in front of him, so...
Don't count him out of anything on this.
He'll look to keep the good times rolling. We'll see how Shrimpies takes the restart. He's going really slow. And now he's off. So he waited a pretty long time. Papouts wasn't really falling for it, and Echo Alex is also there as well, so no one's really following it. There is an Aston Martin off the track. G Smooth is falling off the track at the back.
G Smooth. It's gone from bad to worse.
Yep.
Oh no.
His race is capitulated into horror right now. Ooh. Big oversteer from Matt Papout, and Echo Alex will stick a nose in there. You have to be careful. And now Tuan has arrived. He's right there. There's more cars in the back. I think a Mercedes got out of shape there. Drunken Shamrock. And Echo Alex will still try and get the moves in, but I don't think he's close enough. No.
One thing that is helping is that Shrimpies, he did pull away from it a bit thanks to Papout's huge oversteer. And they are catching back a little bit though, but definitely gave him a bit of a comfort zone between himself and Echo Alex. Now Papout going a little bit wide.
Yep, and Papout is really holding him up here. He wants to get this move done pronto, but he's got to wait for a safe time to do it. He can't stick a nose here, not really a place to overtake. It's going to have to be into turn 1 most likely, maybe the final corner, if that. If they want to make this in a relatively safe manner.
He has to play it safe, there's no doubt about it. I'm looking for the back, by the way. We're nearly going 3 wide between Deathman and Echo. Whipple scraps a 3-second in the midst of it, but...
Echo Alex might have gotten a track limit warning, and he wants to send it back, and he's not going to. Tuan almost hits the back of Echo Alex, but he stops the car just in time, and he's ready to get going. There's a big fight in the midfield. Holy moly.
Yeah, I'm watching this
right now. There's about 5 cars in the
chaos.
space of 10 meters here.
It's absolute chaos. I don't know how either one of them have a crash.
Echo CFC coming in like a cruise missile on the outside of Nornbash. On the fresh soft tires. He's thinking about it on the outside. Nornbash denies him, shuts the door in the proper way to do so, and he's gonna have to relegate and wait a little bit longer.
That's racing. That's all I got. That is pure racing. It's Deathman and Scruffy going at it just further back. Scruffy getting ahead of the AlphaTauri. It's all kicking off.
And Deathman still wants to, just waiting for a mistake ahead from these guys on the much better tires and pace. He's waiting, and further up, we're still having this fight. Gwenfro still trying to get past Process, too. Keep in mind, these are equal tires here we're looking at. They're all trying to poke noses in there, but no one is bold enough to take that initial dive, which I guess fair enough, right? You gotta wait.
Yeah, definitely.
And Papout has dumped a ton of ERS. He's at 50%, and Tuan's basically got a full battery here. So, Papout can only delay the inevitable for so much longer. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, Papout, he's playing the defensive strat, whereas Tuan is playing it very, very conservatively. It's working out for him.
Yeah, Tuan is doing the right thing.
His chance. This has to be his chance. He has to go for it in turn 1.
Do a little bit of oversteer for Papout, and that's going to open the door for him. It seemed to get a little squirrely out of the final corner, and there it is. Easy overtake, done. Easy as you like. Process, will he do it too? He's thinking about it. Will he go on the inside? In the turn 1, he might do a double overtake maybe. Who knows? He's thinking about it. Oh, but he has to settle with just one on the inside as well. Papout's trying to make a switchback, and he couldn't do it with the older tires. Papout is doing as well as he can, honestly. You can't really ask for much more out of this. He's doing a great job. Gwenfro behind will also look to get past them immediately as well, and he'll have to wait just a little bit longer, as Echo Alex has now passed Shrimpies too, so Anthony Jenkins has to get on his horse here. He needs to get past Shrimpies to open up the opportunity for this win. He's got to stay within the 5-second gap that, honestly, he might have to get past them anyways. That gets removed post-race, which you think it might. So he's got to get moving and grooving if he wants to get anything out of this race in terms of a win. But he does have a podium in his back pocket if this does continue like this.
He is closing in onto the back of that McLaren, so he's definitely got the pace, and those mediums are dropping off. I mean, he's already out of a second of Echo is Shrimpies, and yeah, those mediums are just not looking good. The gamble's not entirely worked out for him, and now he's going to be looking behind him rather than in front of him. I say that though, and he's clawed back a bit of time through the triple right. Maybe not. Maybe he's going to have to wait a little bit longer, is Swan.
Yep, and further back, AK is trying to get past Whipples for 14th. This is a battle for essentially nothing, but it is the closest battle we have on track, and I will look at it. He has gotten past Whipples, and he'll get a double overtaken by Edge as well. So Whipples is not having a great race today. He's going to look to recover as he go further into the season. Not Whipples' best race. He'll not be enjoying this one.
You can only go up from here, I guess you could say. It's only round 2, so you know it's gonna happen.
You got plenty of time.
Some people have bad races, and some people have good races. It's bound to happen. As further up, I saw Normbash got ahead of Lisp, so now Normbash is up into 7th.
Yep.
Us looking pretty decent, I would say. 3rd, 7th, provisionally 2nd, and
I will not
6th,
speak. You
5th.
can speak on it as much as you like. I will not curse my own team. We're going to talk about somebody else. Process. Still trying to get past the Haas of Anthony Chan.
Oh, dude, that's the tier 4 winner. This goes a 3-second time penalty, so that's gonna put even more salt.
We're gonna try and just move in silence. That's what we do at Haas. We don't just leave us alone, boys.
I mean, you silently got a podium last week in this tier, so you know, and it's gonna happen again by the looks of it. But we'll just have to see. It's looking good.
Yeah, here's Gwenfro trying to get some decent points today for Pap out.
Oh, Pap out, getting a huge snap of oversteer.
And that's not going to help him here. He's got to get a very good exit out of this corner, and he does a decent job, but the DRS is going to reel Gwenfo right back in. He knows it. He goes immediately on the inside. As all resistance is futile. He's got this done well before the braking zone. And Pap out will have to be in 6th. And at some point, he's got to think about pitting. He's got to think about pitting very soon here. Him and Shrimpies. They can only hold this off for so much longer. They're probably trying to stall for a safety car in desperation, honestly. It's probably their best bet right now.
All they really can do, to be honest, unless they just say, screw it, I'm just going to do something a little bit crazy. But right now, there's no chance of them doing that. Now they're just going to have to settle into the rhythm, as everybody's now going to catch up to Shrimpies, as Twan has done that, Process has done that, and Gwenfro is slowly reeling in these guys as well. Yeah. So we could see potentially a 4-way fight for P2.
Yes, we can. And these overhead shots are pretty good from this camera, I will say. Decent cameras today. Could be a lot worse.
This guy's another 3 seconds. Right now, half the grid, I would say, for sure, have a time penalty. Oh, Echo Alex is provisional for sure. Others I'm not sure about. But, yeah.
And Shrimpies has gone to the pits, and he will give Twan a pit of DRS for good measure. So Twan will have this to help him out from Process behind. But if you're Twan, you got to get up to Echo Alex as fast as possible, because Process is going to be right on you, like white on rice. He's going to have to get there really quickly. And I don't know if he'll be able to. Process will probably have a look on the inside at some point over the next 2 laps down to turn 1 if he just is able to keep it consistent on Twan here.
And you got to give credit to Process here. He wins tier 4. He moves himself up into tier 3. And he's running here in the podium places. I know he has a penalty, but the fact that he's even here in the first place is mighty impressive.
Yeah,
like, he
it's been a fantastic day for Process so far. He's taking whatever he can get here, honestly. I don't even think he's focused on the points. He just wants to get up the positions and see what happens. And he's doing a fantastic job here today.
Yeah. And can't be separate his teammate, though. Shamrock is having a horrible day.
He is not having an ideal day. Could do a lot worse than 13th, but the way the race started, he could have been begging for more, honestly.
I mean, he started down at like 19th or something, so it was already down from the start, and it's only gotten worse.
Yep, that is for certain.
Everybody now starting to settle into their rhythms now. There's quite a few gaps here and there, though. There's a 3-way fight for actually P6 now.
Yeah, P6 and 7. It's a bit of a train here that Normbash is going and holding everybody up. He's not really doing extremely slowly. He's just a little bit slower than the guys in front of him. It's not really a massive train, but some of the monitor, as the wear does begin to kick in for him on the mediums. I think Lisp, if he just keeps at this pace without a mistake, A little bit one.
As you say that. Yeah.
He could be able to get past Normbash as the race develops further. I think these hards will begin to live in their own. He's got a good shot of passing Normbash if he just doesn't make mistakes. Because I think the mediums will fall off by about 25. They're pretty useless compared to the hards. So he'll have plenty of time to make a move.
And just looking at lifts, he is
and
all over
of
the place
making
right
a move,
now. Oh!
Process on the inside of Jenkins in a very unorthodox place to overtake. And Jenkins is fighting it back. Gets a little oversteered, and they're still going at it into these sections here. And I think Process is gonna hold it.
Good move. That was a good move. Good fighting.
But here's the thing. He's kind of screwed himself for the main straight. Because Anthony Jenkins is going to get DRS right back off of him. And he'll have nobody to pick it up off from. So he's got to be very careful when he chooses to make his moves. Unless he can manage to get a full second on him, which, if he can, fair play.
But yeah, let me just find 7/10 in the fastest corners on the track. Not the
someone makes
easiest
a
thing
mistake,
to do.
you never know.
True. But right now, it doesn't seem like Twan is really making a mistake right now. He hasn't really set a foot wrong, to be honest. He's just not quite at the pace of the front guys, but he's putting himself in that position.
It seems like he's doing everything to limit his own mistakes, which at a track like Qatar is very important. Now, he won't get past Process here, I don't think, unless he starts dumping ERS, but
he's not using.
He's just staying in his own lane here. He's being very methodical about what he does, and you can only hope that continues for him. But Normbash has gotten past... Oh, someone's gotten the pits. Papout has finally gone into his pits. He's gone for a set of soft tires. We'll see where he ends up filtering out. I think it will be in about 12th place by the time it's all said and done, depending on where G-Smooth passes him. It will be essentially 11, because G-Smooth will have to pit one more time. Doesn't mean it won't make it to the end of the race, so... We'll see. Shrimpies has gone purple. He's starting to get some really good pace on the soft tires after he pit earlier. So...
Miz, he's just kind of in a world of his own. He's catching up to Scruffy, but he's just kind of there. He's still in the points, so it's not been terrible for the McLaren man, but he was in the lead at one point on merit. He should have pitted. He should have pitted.
If Shrimpies did pit, he'd be right with the mix. Like, he would literally be in first right now if he did pit earlier for hard. So it was a bit of a mistake from his end. As there's a spin at the back, that is KDM.
Oh, Williams. KDM, not having a good time.
Yeah, my early championship favorite is proving me wrong to think of him as a favorite. He's not doing very well so far these first two races. I don't know what happened between the preseason and now, but his pace has taken a considerable dive. Granted, two very tricky tracks to start the season, to be fair. Burton and Qatar, you make one wrong move, your race is over there, so... you gotta be very consistent with those tracks.
Yeah. He'll find something next round, maybe. Who knows? Yep. See, there's a battle for P5's Echo on the soft compounded tire.
He's gonna have to pit one more time. He'll enjoy that move for now, but there is not a chance in the world these softs make it to the end. If he makes to these end on softs and manages to stay in 5th, I will eat my shoe. I will. I 100% will. There is no chance he stays in 5th by the end of this race with these soft tires. Not a single chance.
I'm looking at the wear, and it's not... They're not looking terrible. Like, yes, they're not the best, but the softs don't look that bad.
But 9 more laps. Go 9 more laps.
True. To do 22 laps on those softs. It's not... It's a huge stretch. Not out of the question. Some people have done it, but it's just... It's so difficult to do it.
MRK says, nice to see Tier 4 drivers doing well here. Honestly, it is refreshing seeing guys reserving up and doing well. Process continues to have an amazing race. He is clear of Anthony Jenkins' 1 second right now.
Hey, he's completely dropped him. Does he have DRS? No,
he doesn't. He has trained DRS, to be fair. So maybe he did take a little bit of a gamble to throw ERS out and get out of Twan's range, which could be a good move, because look right now, Gwenpro is starting to get close to Twan too. He might make a move in turn 1, honestly. Twan is not dumping. He's going to the inside to defend. Gwenpro aggressively takes the inside anyways, and he takes it before the corner, and Twan will try a switchback, but it will be in vain. Nothing to do there. As Normbash has pit off of his medium tires. Okay, interesting. Maybe the wear was too high for him to take, so he has gone on to a set of
hold on a minute! Hold on a minute! Gwenpro! Process just got held up a little bit by Whipples. Like, Gwenpro's taken second!
Oh my goodness,
has gotten
Twan
the way
is right
of the Mercedes!
Too. Twan is in the mix. He might make a move on Process too, and he has.
Oh my
Lord! Did he have contact with Whipples? What happened?
I think it just got held up. I'm not seeing any damage, but I think it just got completely held up.
Yeah,
Whiffles
that
was
could be
right
it.
in front of him.
Oh, that's a killer for process. And you could think Whiffles could be taking a trip to the stewards room if it was egregious.
Not seeing any damage, but I tell you what, actually process has dropped off massively. I think he might actually have damage. Hang on a minute. He might have hit Whiffles.
Maybe it could be floor damage. I don't see a winglet problem. His winglet looks fine to me. The end plates look okay.
He's definitely struggling, there's no doubt.
Yup. Now Twan will look to maybe he's running low on fuel. No, that's not it. Yeah, he had damage. There he goes into the pits, and that's a killer.
No!
A killer for the Tier 4 driver. He was having such an amazing race too.
He was comfortably in the podium places. He was pulling away from Twan, and now it's completely unfolded. And he goes into pits. Yeah, it was front wing. He hit the back of Whiffles.
Pain.
There's gonna be some talks in the stewards. Oh,
a killer for Mercedes. They had such a great race today too. Ugh.
That was ruining on for him. It really was. As Echo has left. That's not good.
Echo did leave the session. Interesting. And he is going very slowly. Passing the lap car of Whiffles now. And he is holding up Kata Lisp so much because he's on AI. Oh, these lines that. Oh my lord.
His AI is gonna pit.
His AI is going so slow and it's gonna pit for him. Echo disconnected. Oh no, not here, Lisp. Oh.
Fair enough.
He got it to work. Oh my god. I just get so scared when I see you guys trying to overtake the AI because you don't know where they're gonna go. You really don't. Shrimpy's got past him too. And now Deathman's got past him.
Trippy's was down in 11th at one point. He's now fighting for 4th.
He's fighting for 4th, yes, but you gotta figure that's about the max he will get into 4th. I don't think we'll get anything past 4th, barring any chaos up front. That's a pretty large gap to make up in this short amount of time we do have left here. I'm trying. We can move on Lisp right now. Into that second corner to the second to last corner. Oh my!
You don't go for a move there. You do not go for a move.
You're asking for trouble, and he just wants to get past them immediately. So fair enough. I think we got to move into turn 1 here, easily. Done.
Easy.
Yep,
yeah.
Easy. Massive tire advantage.
A DRS will also help with it, and ERS as well. Just done deal. He's going to try and pull away. There's yellow flag for the back.
Is that drunken? It is drunken. He is off. He's going to have to wait for the Aston Martin to filter through. And maybe even the Williams. He chooses not to wait for the Williams. There's a Williams behind him. Be careful. Oh, it's him up just a little bit. But I don't think it was egregious. I don't think it was an egregious rejoin, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's just going slow. That's really it. Luckily, KDM saw it, and there was no airplane crash. But Shamrock now into the pits because of it. Yeah.
And Shrimpy's just catching at a rapid rate, but I think by the time the softs will wear out, they will wear out again, to be fair. They're at 6 laps of wear, so he's been pushing already.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think they'll be able to stick around long enough to make a move onto Anthony Jenkins. I think the podium, barring any crazy mistakes, is pretty much set here. I don't think we'll see much change out of the top 3. If anything, Anthony Jenkins might make a move onto Glenthorpe if he doesn't make a mistake, but that's just about the only change I could see. Echo Alex is having a fantastic race up ahead, up 6 seconds clear. He does have a 5-second penalty, but he is out of that range right now. He would still survive that penalty too, so...
Yeah, he's looking pretty comfortable at this early stage. He actually just gets out of Shamrock. Shamrock's now the second driver to have lapped in this race. It's horrible for the Mercedes. But yeah, Echo, he's under control. He's got this. He can go to the end. He's got 5 laps, well, 6 laps actually, left to go. Yeah, as long as he just keeps out of trouble, he's pretty much got this, no doubt. This is what Aston Martin needed this week. Especially the previous 3 tiers. Haven't been great, but Echo, he said, you know what, it's about time Aston gets some good points. And he's doing just that. Yep,
the curve of growth for Echo Alex has been impressive, to say the least, over the last 2 seasons. May I remind you, he was a Tier 5 driver just at the beginning of F1 22, and he's gone up 2 whole tiers.
Hey, what though? Shamrock is all over the back of him, but Shamrock, he might just unlap himself because he's on a set of softs.
Yeah, and if you're Echo Alex, you might as well just let through. No need to even bother fighting if he's on much better tires than you are.
Yeah, there's no point. And Toby's saying that penalty for Echo Alex will get removed. Yeah, so there was
even more so if you
back.
Yeah, even more so if you believe that pen's gonna get removed. Just don't even fight drunk and just let him go.
Yeah, and it seems to me like he's going
He
to
is
do
doing that. Just that.
Yep.
Smart. Alex, smart.
I mean, he wasn't gonna have an Ocon and Verstappen moment in 2018. He's not worried about that. He's taking it easy now, as Tuan and Gwenfro are still very much going at it. It's actually further back, Papo and Lisp going at it. Papa's now up into fifth. Papa's now up into
has made the move on the better soft tires, and Lisp is getting lots of oversteer behind. His hards are starting to kick off too. Deathman will look around the outside into turn 3 perhaps. Won't really do anything there. Not close enough.
One thing's for sure, though, is that Lift doesn't really have to fight Deathman, because I'm looking at the time penalty situation. Deathman's got 14 seconds.
Yeah, let's take a look at the time penalties exactly. Yeah, Jesus. Deathman is a big
14
time penalty.
seconds,
14 seconds is a lot. That won't matter at all in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, so he can just overtake Lisp, and Lisp will just be like, yeah, okay, you can go ahead, I don't care.
We say that, but the only thing it's going to really affect him is one position. He's only going to lose out one spot to process.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is wild to fathom. You think 14 seconds, you're dropping at least 5-6 spots, but no. just a few. Just one.
That just shows the jeopardy of the early safety car we had. It's now spread everybody apart because of difference in strategies, but also just how races are folded for some. So yeah, Deathman, although, yeah, 14 seconds not ideal, he's still getting...
And the biggest battle we have left is Tuan on the outside of Gwenfro. Maybe he's thinking about it, and he sticks a nose, but he doesn't. Backs out. Smart. Takes more time. He's got 3 more laps to think about it. Tuan is having a hell of a race with the ER. He has a slight ERS advantage too on Gwenfro. About 15%. We are starting to get the classic EA audio glitch, which is annoying. I might have to go to the onboard soon enough. I got it on my end very slightly. It's starting to come in.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, I'm not getting any of that right now. Yeah, this may be the chance for Tuan to pounce now. He's got that ERS advantage. He's going to need Gwenfro to burn all that he's got so he can use his advantage and just sail past. It's going to be difficult because Gwenfro is managing quite decently. He's going to want this P2.
Yeah, he's going to fight it, but obviously he knows he's got 15 points in the bag, which is good for the team, so I don't think he's going to do anything stupid. If the move is obvious, he'll make it. That's not Tuan's driving style to do anything really silly with the dive, so he'll probably pick the smartest point to do it, if that even is one. And Gwenfro, I believe he got P2 last week too, right? Yeah?
He did.
He did, so this could be an identical podium to last week if minus CityofR is not here, so 2 and 3 could be exactly the same if this holds, but we will see here. ERS just about the same as Tuan is thinking about dumping some, but he won't. Into turn 1, he's going to try it on the inside. He's going to make the move on the inside. Gwenfro's going to hold it. I think he's got the cleaner line, and Gwenfro will hold it for now. On the outside. This is good fighting between the two of them.
Very fair, very clean. They both know when to back out. Yeah, this is
the kind of racing you want to see. This is what you want to see. Two guys giving it their all, but not overstepping the limit at any point on the track.
Speaking of racing, Lisp and Deathman going at it for P6 as Lisp actually held it around the outside of turn 1 and has managed to stay ahead of Deathman. So Lisp putting in a decent defense.
Deathman has tacked on an additional 3 seconds here, so he's close to DSQ range. I believe 20 seconds is where they officially DSQ you, if I'm not mistaken. So he's got to be careful the last few laps.
Yeah. He's got 3 laps. Don't get any more warnings from here. Like, just bring it home. Don't risk it all. Right now, because looking at the situation, he's still, I believe, still on the road to get P8.
And
still very much on the road to get P8.
Is very close to Gwenfro now. This could be a more realistic overtaking chance into turn 1. This is very minimal gaps between the two. He's going to have a lot of straight to work it. He's thinking about dumping ERS. Is Gwenfro dumping? No, Gwenfro's conserving. They're both conserving.
Lap, I think.
And he's in this time. He got it well before the braking zone now. And Gwenfro will look to hold it again on the outside. Is he going to do it?
Nope.
No, not quite. He has to concede. And Anthony Jenkins is in second for the time being. He will have to hold him up for at least one more straight because we're going to have one more opportunity down this back straight the way this race goes. So it could be a case of who has a DRS last, and right now that is in Gwenfro's favor. So Anthony Jenkins has to get on his horse and get a move, get a bigger gap to give him as bit of a shot on the final lap to Gwenfro. They both have identical ERS, so that won't be much of a factor, I would say. Gwynfro's got a little bit more, just a little bit more. But for the most part, it's identical.
It's all going to be down to the last lap. Whereas all this is going on, Echo Alex, he's built an even bigger gap thanks to those two fighting. He's got this in the bag. He's cruising.
He is cruising home for this win, unless he makes a massive mistake, which I don't think he will. So we are approaching the business end of things here. One more lap to go here in Qatar.
Yeah, and it's right now this is really the biggest battle at the moment.
Yep.
P2, P3.
It's all about this exit
Gwynfro.
right now. What is Tuan going to do? What's Gwynfro going to do? Ooh,
Gwynfro's
decent exits for
got a
both,
good
but I
exit.
think Gwynfro's just a tinge better, and they're both dumping. Here we go. Last chance of the race to overtake, I'd say, and Gwynfro's got it done well ahead of time on the inside, and we'll see how is Tuan going to fight this back. He breaks really late on the outside, tries to get it done, but I think Gwynfro will seal him off, and he has. So, if this holds right now, which it could, I think Gwynfro has gotten the final lap here. And he will probably hold on to P2. Although Tuan, hold on a minute. Out of turn 3, Tuan into the inside here. Oh, they're trying it. Oh. Tuan could not get it done. Fair move, fair play. He dumped whatever ERS he had left, and that could be the end of the action here. The rest of the track is pretty much one line. I think Gwynfro will hold on for second. Fair fighting between these two. Great battle they've given us all day long here.
Yeah, definitely. They put on the show when the stage has died off.
Yep. And Gwynfro is starting to pull away now as Anthony Jenkins gave it his biggest push, and he's pretty much done with it. So, Echo Alex will begin to round the final few corners here. He will most likely emerge as our Tier 3 winner here today, unless he does anything really stupid out of this final corner, but he shouldn't. Here we go. Echo Alex comes around the final corner, spin at the back. That was Gotta Lisp with Deathman. With Deathman, he got involved. That's an open door for Normbash to make a move into 7th, maybe. Sorry, 8th. Well, Echo Alex has won the race. Gwynfro will come back from behind. Solid P2 for him. And a pretty good P2 for Anthony Jenkins. P3, excuse me, for Anthony Jenkins behind. That's our podium. Echo Alex, Gwynfro. Anthony Jenkins, take a bow. Shrimpies blundered on the pit strat earlier. Managed to get a decent result here. P4 for him in the McLaren. Papal will come back. P5 on track. Will he lose out the process? I don't think so. No, he won't. He will hold on to P5. Process will finish up in P6. Decent result for Mercedes. It could have been more, but he'll take a P6, I think. Got a list further back behind. Will finish on track in 7th, and he will remain in 7th with a massive penalty for Deathman. And we'll see, can Normbash get it off of Deathman? I think he will. And he will, up into 8th.
Normbash actually, Deathman's got P9.
Deathman's got P9. D-Smooth will cross. Yep, there we go. And Deathman, 10 AK. Beat him out by 1.6 seconds. That 14 seconds feels like forever. Oh my god. And that is our final point score. So, biggest winner of the day in terms of team points, I believe, is Aston Martin with the win from Echo Alex. And then second place, I think, is Haas. Yes, Haas is the second best constructor of the day here. They combined for 19 points to Red Bull's 18. So.
Yeah, the Red Bull grabbed 3rd with that.
But who got fastest lap? I never saw. Okay.
I was just about to check it too. I think it might have been Shrimpies. I think Shrimpies might have got it.
Probably was one of the soft tire runners at the end. Either Shrimpies or Process. I think he had to, might have gotten it. Gotta Lisp is driver of the day, apparently. I don't think so. Driver of the day for me is Echo Alex. He had a great race. That's my driver
he did
of the day.
Got pole, didn't really set a foot wrong. Yes, he lost the lead, but
the race said it earlier, and now it's official. Now that they actually had a race, the Aston Martin did win. Good job to him.
This is almost identical to what we had before, so the difference is that it's a Red Bull in P2 instead of a McLaren.
Yep, absolutely.
It was almost the exact same.
Yep, and there it is. That's our podium, boys. We have an Aston Martin, Red Bull, and Haas. 1, 2, 3. Solid results from those all around. They'll enjoy the champagne. And we will look at our final running order here. So, taking home the win, Gwynfro. Big win for Aston Martin. Sorry, excuse me. Not Gwynfro. Echo Alex, big win for Aston Martin. I am stupid. Gwynfro gets 2nd for Red Bull. Jenkins 3rd in Haas. Shrimpies 4th. Alfa Romeo Papel gets 5th. Solid points for them. Process in 6th. Gotta Lisp in 7th. Normbash 8th. AK 9th. Deathman 10th. we'll round out our final point scores. We'll scroll down for the rest of the finishers. Guys that were unlucky: G Smooth, Edge, KDM, Echo CFC, Drunken Shamrock, Scruffy, Wiffle, CJT, Gibbsy, and Socko Like Taco. Horrible day for the Alpines. They'll look to recover next week when we're in Hungary.
Hungary's going to be an interesting one, but that overall, that was a pretty good race in and of itself. I mean, there was a bit of chaos at the start, but once everything got down, we still got some pretty good action all throughout it. Yeah, can't really complain. It's one of those races where it just worked out quite nicely in the end.
Yep, and we will get our guys into the waiting room. They're already in the waiting room. Then you have to tell them. And cool. Let's get into our interviews, boys. Let's go.
Yeah, might as well. Ahead of us on this one.
Once we get our guys in here, who am I going to pull in first? We'll go from third up, right? That's the way we do it. So let's do this. Let's get Twan in here.
Yeah.
Oh, a repeat podium winner. Twan, welcome back, my man. You had a great result last week in Silverstone, and here you are in Qatar doing exactly the same thing. Back-to-back P3s. How you feeling, my man?
Hey, man, I'll take it. You know, I was hoping that I might have had the pace for a win today, but Echo was just way too quick. And I'll take it, man. I'll take the points.
And you almost had P2 with Gwenfro. You had a great fight that lasted about 8-9 laps there at the end. He just got you right at the end. It was a case of whoever was going to have DRS at the end, and he just got it. So.
Yeah, no, great drive from him, man. I was just talking to him, and that was fun. I'm sweating like crazy right now.
Yeah, man, what a result for you. We'll see you in No Assist here later tonight, and have a good one. Man. Enjoy this one. Have a drink. We'll see you, man.
Absolutely. All right, man.
Enjoy it. Next, we'll bring in Gwenfro.
2 repeat podium sitters.
Double repeat podium sitters. Well, we just spoke to Twan about that battle. Tell us your perspective about it, Gwenfro. You had a great battle at the end with him.
That was just pure strategy at the end. I saved my ERS when he was following me, and I knew he was going to follow me and try and overtake near the end. So I waited until he did that, and then just did it right back.
Yeah, both of you guys did a really good job on the ERS management. You guys were identical the whole way through at the end. I think it was just the case of whoever had DRS last was going to get the upper hand there, and it just happened to be in your favor, so good job.
Yeah, luckily he overtook that lap, which allowed me to decide if I wanted to overtake the next lap or on the final one, and I didn't think I'd make it on the final one, so just decided to go for it.
Yeah, and he did try a little bit of a lunge there at the end too, but I think it was all fair. Scared. It was all fair. He did a good job of backing out, and it was a good effort from both of you guys. So yeah, great show you guys put on. Appreciate it. Enjoy the second podium of the season in just 2 races. We'll see you next week in Hungary, my man.
I'm feeling good. Feeling great.
Alrighty, let's bring
Thank you.
Yep, see you around, man. We'll bring in Echo Alex now, our winner. Echo Alex, how you doing, sir?
Hey, how you doing, guys?
What a win for you. Great job, man. Excellent pace. You were head and shoulders above Gwenfro and the rest of the grid, honestly, behind them. You did a great job, even though you had that 5-second penalty that I think was unjust from our perspective. You still managed to even beat him with that. So, fair play, Echo. Great pace for you. Tell us how that race went down for you.
You know, it was going pretty good from the beginning, but I feel like, what's his name? Shrimp something?
Yeah, Shrimp.
The guy who was,
yeah.
Yeah, he messed up not pitting, so that gave me basically the win because he was just pulling on me with mediums, so he was way faster, but not pitting kind of screwed his whole race. And after that, you know, I knew I had the pace. So
yeah, it was a good call. Yeah, he tried a big gamble. He was waiting on a second one. He never actually got it to work, but pretty good results, I would say, for him.
Yeah, I would just worry if another safety car will come out, because then I will get screwed with a 5-second penalty. But luckily, you know, it didn't happen. So I'm happy.
Yeah. Great result for you, Echo. M1niko, you got anything to say to him? Oh, your face was frozen for a bit there. We fixed it, though.
Yeah, I said that in stream. No, I don't really have much to say. It was just brilliantly managed. You pretty much had it under control once you took the lead after the safety car. Just, good job.
Well, you know, Qatar, I like that track, and I think it's been a track that I have probably practiced a lot, way more than any other track. So I think that gave me a good advantage on it.
Yeah, appreciate your time, man. We'll see you out in Hungary next week, or hopefully have some success for your own sake over there. Best of luck to you going forward. Appreciate your time.
All right, man. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll see you around.
All right.
All right, I think that's going to do it for us. For here at the end of the race. Any last words for the stream there, MNniko? Anything you want to have people take away with them?
I don't really have much. Just obviously good race that we had overall. Tune into Tier 2 and Tier 1. No doubt there's... Actually, Tier 2 is actually already going.
Yeah, because we went over.
Yes,
We'll kick it over to them.
Yeah, be sure to tune into that, of course. But, yeah, more to come. And, yeah, there's a good one out there.
All right, we will see you guys around. Enjoy Tier 2. Goodbye, everybody.
Yeah.